Let's see what's happening in Hong Kong society nowadays. First, we will discuss the working condition in Hong Kong. Concerning about the working culture in Hong Kong, these issues are common indeed. Having long working hours and OT, need to reply boss WhatsApp or email even after work, do not satisfy with their work, etc. According to a 2017 report on annual earnings and hours survey, the median weekly working hour of Hong Kong employees were 44.3 hours per week. Some people may need to work for about 54 hours per week or even higher in risk situation. Indeed, working hour in Hong Kong is keep rising and it ranks the top in the world, which affect people's stress level and time allocation of other aspects. We will discuss this afterwards. Middle adulthood refers to adult range from 40 to 65 years old. Most of them have certain working experience and have been promoted to the management sector or become the senior or experienced staff in the company. However, about 47% of middle adulthood feel lost in the direction of their future career pathway. They keep on working repeatedly without goals and struggle in changing for a new job or new direction. In fact, it is difficult for middle-aged people to change the job or apply other posts in reality. This is because most people have already accumulated certain attractive salaries, welfare and benefits in the original company. Other jobs may not be able to offer. Staying in the original company doesn't mean that everything is fine. As mentioned, most middle adulthood will become the manager or senior staff in a company. They become the sandwich class between the boss and the subordinate. As these staff are experienced, their boss will find them to handle complicated tasks, and they have to handle complaints from junior staff as well. Middle adulthood needs to withstand pressure. Things even getting worse in recent years. One of the reasons is related to the technology proliferation and culture. Advancement in communication technology made worldwide business operates in 24/7. Technology leads to a culture of instant response. Besides, you can work if you are at home or in street nowadays. You can also communicate with your business partner overseas by using various applications such as WhatsApp. Instant communication with another person without any space-time limitation become possible. However, this kind of convenience and technology infringe life boundaries. Employees are forced to work even he or she has left the company. More than 70% of employees were forced to reply his or her boss during holiday. There are 5 questions that a company asked by their boss. Where have you saved the document? How to log in the system? What is the progress of the project? Can you help me to manage this job? Can you attend a meeting? Moreover, most of the people are being added into loads of work-related WhatsApp group and long CC email lists. There are thousands of information. Staff even need to reply message when they go to toilet. Work-related WhatsApp group and CC email are demanding. It seems that everything are related to you, and you are supposed to respond every single message. Actually, one might feel information overload. Besides, many people feel anxious when their boss sends message to them and may struggle when to reply. This is probably related to the placating culture of the working environment nowadays, which means replying messages are associated with the staff responsible, politeness, helpfulness, to which extent he or she cares about the company or work. Even though someone had already replied the message, the staff must also say something, in order to prove that he or she is willing to pay effort and responsible. So, is the middle adult working with quality nowadays? It's important for us to have some reflections.
Apart from work, we come to the topic of life. In this part, we will explore the 3 main life issues the middle adulthood are generally facing in a micro-museum ecosystem. In midlife, nothing is certain, but aging and our physical body is in a stage of decline. The change due to aging plus health and lifestyle habits in the early adulthood, including sensory and psychomotor functioning, as well as the sexuality and reproductive functioning. In fact, chronic disease like heart disease, stroke, and diabetes generally happen in the mid-year. The mortality rate of the middle adulthood is 5 times more than the early adulthood, and is mainly due to cancer and stroke. Medical expense and insurance become one of the major expenditure. And in family issue, middle adulthood take a various of significant role. The first role is husband and wife. The mid-year population has a higher divorce rate for the reason of the fading of passion, love, financial and children issue, and unattractive appearance. The second role of middle adulthood is being as a caregiver for aging parents. From the report, more than 1 million middle-aged people need to pick up the caregiver role of their parents in Hong Kong, and they spend 45 hours per week on it. 94% have a high risk from suffering depression. And meanwhile, they're also a caregiver of their children.
仔仔女女帶埋爹哋去買樓，喺香港越嚟越常見啦。一眾父母真係退咗休都冇得唞下。匯豐嘅退休調查就話，有大約一半嘅香港家長仲喺度養緊成年子女，另外亦都有30%係養緊過咗30歲嘅子女。咁家長幫已成年子女出嘅錢，主要都係供書教學啫。讀完大學都20幾歲啦，咁帶埋父母去買樓嘅都有20%， 有啲仲負責埋仔女嘅旅費添。
When it comes to housing, we all know that Hong Kong is now facing phenomenon of sky-high housing prices. The housing have been rocketing more than 100% over the last 10 years. A study from LCS, the expenditure of one family in 2015 about 2 times more than in 2005. 63% are on housing and food, others are educational and medical expense. The telecom expense here is particularly impressive. A double increased number represents how Hong Kong people becomes more relying on their smartphone. Not only technology has changed the pattern of work, but also changed the pattern of life. It blurs boundary in between work and life into a restless place. Middle-aged adulthood is now spending a lot of time on social media. Their new roles and new behavior on the social media platforms sometimes bring them into a mess of life. So, with quality thinking of work-life balance means good, people tend to balance the two exhausting heavy burden together, and consequently, poor balancing present.
Research from a community business demonstrated that a significant proportion of the working population spends less time on their personal life, and no time at all is spent on personal activity. The problems they had encountered as a result of poor work-life balance have negative impact on their life, such as prolonged fatigue, sleepiness, and extreme tiredness, not having enough time to spend with partner and family, and having insomnia and poor diet as a result of work pressure. Talking about work-life balance is easy, but finding that balance in real life is very challenging. At the same time, a functioning work-life balance is very important. Not having a balance between work and private life makes people feel more stressed, both at work and outside of work. People with imbalance between work and private life also experience more family conflict. They have more problems in personal relationship and more physical and mental health problems. At work, engagement, creativity, and productivity decreases, and such a misbalance have negative effect both on employees and employer. Stress caused by higher demands from work result in family and work conflict. This has negative impacts both not only on the well-being of an individual, but also on their family, as it increases anxiety of an individual at work and at home. Increased work demands such as overtime and shift work may lead to work-family conflict, which can result in decreased satisfaction with work and with the employer. Over the last few decades, the advancement in technology have significantly shaped the international labor market by creating more flexible working patterns. This resulted in influx of employees into workforce, which affects their work and family roles, and gradually making the boundaries between work and personal life blurred. As a result, the number of people starting family at later age and the number of couples with one or no children at all are increasing.
According to Erickson, middle adulthood is stage 7 of human development. When people reach middle adulthood, they become more comfortable and stable as they establish their careers, settle down in relationship, and are able to enjoy quality leisure time. Besides, people may begin to contribute to society by raising children, working, community services. Their concern lies on whether they could achieve generativity, that is, whether or not they are able to lead the next generation into the world. If they could make it, they achieve happiness, fulfillment, and well-being. If they fail to achieve these, they may become pessimistic, feel like living a meaningless life, and therefore experience stagnation. Are middle-aged people achieving generativity and well-being in their work and lives in Hong Kong? Urged by the government to set contractual working hours, employers negotiate with their staff over working hours and overtime payments and put them into employment contracts. But employees, especially the low-income bunch, has no bargaining power when no legislative provision was made for protection for them. Besides, corporates in Hong Kong also play a role in boosting well-being of employees. Some MNCs implement flexible working hours and family-friendly policy, and renovate offices that make staff feel like home while working. In fact, employees enjoy a better environment at work at the expense of their personal time. For example, staff are assigned with company device where they can actually work 24/7. With long working hours and technological advancement, many middle-aged people are restless and burn out at work, not to mention about generativity, self-actualization, and psychological well-being.
Now, imagine you are worker A. Mr. X comes to you. He has these presenting problems: exhausted by 24/7 work life, feels stressful, heavy financial burden on supporting son's new apartment, being blamed by his wife, need to spend 46 hours per week to take care of aging parents. What's your intervention plan? Will you use relaxation skills, look for supporting network, adjust his expectations, establish better communication or sharing pattern with his wife? But is this enough? Indeed, work-life balance is a matter of choice. Yet, do our society provide enough space for us to make choice?